We live in a media-dominated world where we are consciously or unconsciously told the stories of conventional greatness, the glitz and glamour of fame, fortune, power. But what if we could show our students the other stories of greatness? The greatness of the common men and women who, in their own way, in their small corner of their civilization, contribute great deeds. What if students can fight to tell the stories amid this world's voices, telling them to focus on the world's definition of greatness? What if our students can make a difference? What you think influences the way you feel, and what you feel influences what you do. A paradigm shift is the aim of this lesson, facilitated by technology, driven by thinking. Hello, my name is Andy from St. Hilda's Primary School in Singapore. Microsoft is a pioneer in innovation for teaching through technology, and I hope to be an advocate and an ambassador for this movement. Personally, my teaching philosophy would be superior aude, dare to think and dare others to think as well. Education should disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed. Therefore, I think that successful teaching is furrowed brows and sparkling eyes. Technology is like a language. English, Mandarin, Bahasa Melayu, and students of this generation are native speakers of that language. They are digital natives, born into technology. Even if it's a new tool, Google Earth, Edmodo, iPad applications, they pick it up like how they pick up a new word into the vocabulary of their native language. Fast, efficient, and savvy. If students speak this technological language, why shouldn't we? With the main principles of thinking with technology, the learning in this lesson is planned for deep learning. Firstly, students discover the content through Google Earth, transporting back in time to unique places in China, unchanged since ancient times, such as the Great Wall of China, the Forbidden City, as well as Dali and Xitang, ancient towns. There, students utilize thinking moves of observation, interpretation, and reasoning to infer the lives of different groups of residents in these areas, and their contribution to the ancient Chinese civilization. Therefore, students manage information properly and appropriately gathered from the geospatial technology of Google Earth to draw conclusions to discover new knowledge. Content discovered can be consolidated and mastered by production tasks, made engaging by technology, differentiated according to the multiple intelligences, bringing together the gifts of students according to their aesthetic, linguistic, and kinesthetic inclinations for content mastery. Student groups represent the contributions of farmers, traders, soldiers, and officials, and the emperor in a creative product of their choice, an artwork, a poem poster, or skit. Through this differentiated product task, students acquire the key content that the ancient Chinese people farmed, traded, and defended their land, and the Chinese emperor and officials governed China. These mastered content will be synthesized and taken further as tinder to ignite the spark for conceptual understanding. Here, students' creativity run free to generate novel ideas to communicate effectively through multimodal means. The class culture instilled is one of a symbiotic, collaborative, and interdependent learning community, online or offline. Feedback is crucial to improvement, and students adopt this growth mindset to their work and their own development. In our 21st century, content knowledge is nothing without the understanding of how it fits into the big picture. History is not the story of great men, but the story of us all. Students unravel this concept by gathering all the mastered knowledge of the contributions of different groups of ancient Chinese to the success of a civilization. After students have a firm foundation of the mastered content, they then proceed to step back, refine their thoughts, and account for the larger picture of conceptually understanding the history from below.
We have something there, but I don't want you to go so fast first. For everybody, let's just define this quote first. Alright, history is a story of great men. How do you define this quote? What does this quote mean? Okay. Powerful and strong men. Alright.
Not influential.
Influential men. What else? Matthew?
Men create history or are the leading force of history.
Okay, leading force of history.
Although guards and laborers were considered like of lower level at that time, all of them are now like great because they contributed all of civilization.
I think it's the below the class structure. But actually they're quite great. They're the unsung heroes of history. Without them, civilization will not exist.
Matthew has just summed up the entire concept. Unsung heroes.
Students state whether they agree or disagree with the quote and justify their stand. Thus, students extract implications from the content and concepts, constructing relationships between the idea and challenge dominant notions of history. The late Nelson Mandela once said, "Education is the most powerful tool that you can use to change the world." Education should be more than just an academic tool to get students into good colleges and hoping there they will learn some skills to change the world. Education is the skill that students learn to change the world. I believe children now will change tomorrow's world. No one has the ability to predict future complications, but everyone has the ability to inspire future generations to triumph over these complications. We just have to believe in our ability to believe in them.
So, as students, as people who study history, it is your job to know which perspective you are going to take. When the time comes, are you going to side with the executioners just because of their personal benefit? Or are you going to side with those who are oppressed, those who starve, those who are not given recognition? And as Matthew said, the unsung heroes of history. Are you going to side with them? Or are you going to side with the conquerors, masters, capitalists, or dominators? Choice is yours. Alright? So with that, thank you class.
Thank you, Mr. I enjoyed drawing the art of China. We did firecrackers and the emperor. The emperor looked really red. And there was a coin and there was silk. It was really pleasing to look at that thing and see that we have drawn it with our fingers, and drawing with fingers is hard.
The insights I have now about history is that history is not made of all the powerful people, but also of the lower ranks. The lower rank people actually are also very important to the evolution of the society, as they also have to contribute a lot, like the farmers and laborers. And just believing and being taught that the emperors and kings are the main characters of history itself isn't good enough. You need to believe that lower rank people are also important.
History is biased from the point of view of the wealthy and the important and the so-called conquerors. Yeah, and the lowly people need to have a chance to say something.
I think that if history was taught from below, then people would not be so neglected. People would not need to go and say they wouldn't have to go and do riots to get their rights, because everyone would be equal. Everything would be fair. Everyone's perspective would be taken into consideration, and everything would be recorded in history. The stories of underlings, the stories of underdogs, everything would be recorded and everyone would shine. So that can really change the world if history was taught from below than from the top.